What's up, Cupcake Scholar? I am having very, very serious technical difficulties. Hey, P. Marcel. I'm just trying to make sure everything is straight, honey. I'm just trying to make sure everything is straight. What's up, Black Mirror Mirror? Hey, y'all. Woo! Hold on. I don't know what had happened. What's up, Casey? Socialite in the city. I see y'all strolling in. I hope y'all can see me It's still looking kind of blurry. Isn't it looking kind of blurry? Can y'all see me? Can I see me? Hold on. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna let it fly. I'm just gonna let it fly. Happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Happy Hump Day. Okay. He said, where have I been, Brian? Brian, your girl been working. You haven't seen our little post on Straight from the A. You haven't seen me floating around town. There's just so many events and things going on this week. And sometimes I could go live for a hot second and sometimes I can't. I've been trying to incorporate my little part-time job, in the midst of all the chaos and everything. But, I'm here just like right now. I'm sitting at my desk right now. Everybody keeps wanting to talk about, Jussie Smollett and everything that's going on with him. And I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start with the situation. I'm sure you have heard by now that Jussie was attacked in Chicago. Reports are that there was bleach involved or a chemical substance, a noose. They said that it was two masked men who shouted out, you're in MAGA territory, Make America Great territory. So everybody's like, it's a homophobic attack. It's a racist attack. It's a political attack. It's so many people involved in the conversation right now that they gonna get to the bottom of it. But I'm praying for Jussie. I hope that he recovers. But I'm also praying that he's telling the truth. And I'm going to be the first person to say it. I know I'll probably get shots fired for this. But my thing is, it is so many layers to this story that I keep, that keep developing. Things keep coming out like, the police have searched through hours of footage, because y'all know in Atlanta and Chicago there are rarely streets out there that there's not a camera on. There's a camera somewhere around, whether it's in a business, whether it's the police cameras. They have eyes on you. Big Brother is watching you everywhere you go. So they have scoured through all of this footage and they can't find anything. They're like, we got footage of him walking down the street. We got footage of him in Subway, but we can't find nothing else. What, and so everybody's like, I don't know what's going on with Jussie. Everybody's like, MAGA folks don't watch Empire. Look, I don't want to believe that he lied. I just really don't, because I'm like, nobody would lie about that. I would hope nobody would lie about something like that. I would hope that someone in the public eye would be smart enough not to state any falsehoods when it comes to what had happened down on the street or wherever you was in the middle of, negative 12-degree weather, that somebody poured some liquid on you that would possibly had turned to ice as soon as it hit the air. I'm just thinking like, and who walking around with some bleach? And then there was another news article that said that the noose, that everybody has this picture of a noose, in their head, and that this noose was actually a thin clothesline straight out the box. That's what I read. Don't shoot me. And that he actually had the noose still around his neck when authorities arrived to get the story from him. So, and that was 40 minutes after the alleged incident. So I don't, look, I don't know. I know everybody is sitting here speculating, wondering. But what bothers me about this story, and I got to be the one to say it, y'all are quick. Y'all were very, very quick to say, and I'm about to compare him to somebody, that Jasmine ATLien was not raped when y'all saw it on camera in your own two eyes. Y'all questioned it. Y'all dissected it. Y'all did everything y'all could. This person says that something happened. Don't nobody have any proof of it. No witnesses. Nobody saw nothing. Can't get no footage. Nothing. And y'all are like, oh, we believe him. Oh, whatever. Oh, please, let's pray for him. Oh, I don't know what's going on. And it's like, and I tell y'all this all the time, the LGBT community, I praise y'all because y'all will stand together through thick and thin, whether the person is right, whether the person is wrong. Y'all are going to be there because if this is a hate crime, y'all going to get to the bottom of it. But I'm still here to look at this critically and say, why are we not dissecting his story? Why are we not, using common sense and saying, something's just not adding up. Some things just not adding up. Chicago is cold as a mother plucker right now. First, okay, if he decided to walk out in negative 12-degree weather to get a sandwich, who am I to judge? But then think about it this way. He had to have on a coat. He had to have on a scarf. He had to have on, he was covered, to protect himself from the element, I assume. So who is going to, identify you in your earmuffs and your furry hat? I don't know if I would recognize you, walking down the streets of Chicago with your winter coat on and stuff. I don't know. And then, it's just look. And in this political climate, it's too many things in the story that are triggers for so many different people. There are triggers to the Democrats because there's people out there yelling, "Make America Great," MAGA. There's triggers to the LGBT community because God forbid somebody lay hands on you because you gay. There are triggers to the black community because, you can't beat up nobody. Y'all already know the "Make America Great" and black is synonymous at this time with racism. So it's too many things going on in this story for us not to look at it and think why is this all coming out the way it's coming out? Some people are blaming TMZ because TMZ was the first people to say that, the perpetrator said, "Make America Great." TMZ was the first people to say that the perpetrators were Caucasian. TMZ was the first people to say that, the masked men were of a particular race. When the police statement didn't say that. It just said 2 masked men. So as the story keeps snowballing and snowballing and snowballing and people are adding different layers to the story, it's just, I don't know what to believe. And I just think a lot of us, look, Erykah Badu has been catching flack because she was like, we don't want to tear nothing up until we find out all the details. I don't know if she was talking about Jussie or somebody else, but it's true. We don't want to go marching. We don't want to go waving our gay flag and our Black Lives Matter flag and all these flags until we find out, because if not, it's a trigger. I don't know. I don't know. Again, my heart goes out to him. Nobody deserves to be assaulted for any, reason, for any of, anything that has to do with their lifestyle or their sex, race, sexual orientation, none of that. But it's still something to think about because it's a lot of layers. It's a lot of layers. And people have been talking. People have been speculating. People are like, was he out on a dating app? I mean, did something go wrong during a date? Did something happen where he was out doing something that he wasn't supposed to do? I mean, look, if y'all gonna sit and speculate about that girl not having no panties on and we sat up there and saw her pass out and that boy violated her, we need to speculate about Jussie and why the hell he was out at 2:30 in the morning going to get a sandwich. Hell, it's cold. We got Uber Eats and Postmates and everything else on our phones. If he in a hotel, he got room service. If your friend there, you send your friend out. But if I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going. I don't care how hungry I am. It's somebody who gonna deliver something right to my door. But again, I just hope somebody said it was -20. I really hope and pray for his sake that he is telling the truth. That's all I'm saying. I really do, because if he's not, it's just gonna be a whole lot of hell to pay. And I don't think it's worth it, because I was talking about it with another friend yesterday, and I was just like, something's not right with this story, and whatever the reason was, if he lied, it's like it would have been easier to just take the disgrace of whatever it was than to go through all of this scrutiny, to have the police utilize all this manpower, to have all these people, now Reverend Al coming out, to have, Lee Daniels, questioning this, that, and the third. And it's like, it would have been easier to just say, if this is the case, that it was a date gone wrong, or, look, you had to go get you a blunt or something. I don't know. It would just be easier. I'd rather have that scrutiny on me than the scrutiny of lying and having an entire nation rally behind you because it was something that it wasn't. And I'm just putting it out there again. I don't know what it was or what it wasn't. But I know it's a lot of people sticking by his story. A lot of people are taking the news articles as truth. But the last news article I saw said, hold on, I'm going to pull it up. Said, it was a whole lot. Here it is right here. It was Chicago police announced that they have still not found any video of the suspects, nor have they found any video of any vehicles in the area of the reported attack. Detectives have expanded the search area for cameras to be able to provide photos of the alleged assailants in this attack. Chicago Police Department Police Chief Spokesperson Anthony Guglielmi, look, excuse me, I can't speak, said, "We are continuing to broaden the search." A source familiar with the investigation told CWB Chicago that the rope was thin clothesline straight out of the package. The rope didn't necessarily resemble a noose, as has been widely reported. That's what the Sun Times said. There's several different sources in this article. The TV actor who reportedly had been attacked in Streeterville early Tuesday by men who made racist and anti-gay comments while tying a rope around his neck and throwing bleach on him, asked Chicago police officers to turn off their body cameras after they arrived to take his report. Smollett, the 36-year-old star of Empire, told police that he was attacked near his friend's high-rise while walking to get food at the Subway restaurant at 521 North McClurg Street around 2 a.m. Crime victims sometimes ask police to turn off their cameras when officers enter private residences, according to a police spokesperson. But, I digress. In other developments, Smollett was still wearing the noose around his neck when police arrived at his friend's apartment nearly 45 minutes after the attack. Chicago police denied an ABC report that the FBI had taken over the investigation. The FBI has so far said no comment. Smollett was said to be reticent to file a police report even after the police arrived. They saying he didn't even want to file a report. Then they said police were summoned to an apartment at the 300 block of East North Water Street after a man who identified himself as a friend of Smollett's called 911 and said that a well-known person had been assaulted and battered after leaving his apartment, and they wanted a report. The apartment building is directly across the street from Sheraton Grand Hotel's main entrance. The block also has a lower level for parking and service access. EMS services were declined by the friend. Smollett later took himself to Northwestern Memorial Hospital. During his first conversation with police, Smollett did not say that the attackers made MAGA comments. The detail was published by TMZ, and Smollett mentioned it during a follow-up interview with police later the same day. Contrary to widespread reports that the alleged attackers were white, Smollett has not identified the attackers by race because the men were masked and wore gloves. Police reviewed video from dozens of public and private surveillance cameras in the Streeterville area. As of 2:45, they had not seen any images of the attackers. Investigators have found footage of Smollett alone inside the Subway shop. Police are asking anyone who has video of the 300 block of East North Water Street recorded between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. on Tuesday to contact them via cpdtip.com. cpdtip.com. So, with all of those facts on the table, he didn't want to initially file a report. He was still wearing whatever the string was around his neck. They said it was a string, kind of like a clothesline. He declined to go to the hospital. Like, they went to the house to get the report. He declined to go to the hospital, but he decided to go to the hospital on his own. It sounded like to me like he knew that, you know, it was about to go down. Once the police got a hold of it, once the friend made the 911 call, because he didn't even call the authorities. Y'all already know that 911 call gonna pop up sooner or later. We gonna hear what the friend sound like and what he said. I don't know what y'all think. Look, like I said, I'm kind of hesitant to but it's sketchy. It's sketchy. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. It's sketchy. Like, what do y'all think? Are y'all believing this? You know, y'all were quick. All you gentlemen out there were quick to say that girl was grinding on that man, and she deserved it, and that whole Jasmine ATLien thing. And I hate to keep bringing that up, but y'all were quick, and we saw that with our own two eyes. Now we don't see nothing here, but y'all are hell bent on believing the story. So what do y'all think? Do y'all believe it? He said, open up the lines. Okay, let me open up the lines. I wasn't going to open up the lines, but since you asked, let me see here. Get my conference call together. Too many unknowns, Miss Diva. 718-362-6360. And the PIN number is 942-7819. I think that's right. Let me call it. Hold on, you guys. I gotta connect to my speaker. Hold on, you guys. Okay, caller, 8359.
Man, open up these lines. You already know.
I already know. Hold on. It's not coming up on the speaker. Hold on, I want to make sure everybody can hear you. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure this is done.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, Bluetooth. Connect. Am I connected? Audio. JBL. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. There you go. So, yeah, who is this? Noir King?
You know it's me. You know who it is.
You first on the line. Okay, so what do you think?
Listen, I just had this conversation yesterday. The Star Report had did this in his live, and everybody was going in saying the same thing. I'm not buying this, Michelle. Like, it's rare that I, try to go against the victim. And it's rare that I try to, look at the other person's side. For some reason, this is not hitting me correctly. And I'm saying this because it's too many things lining up just perfectly, just a perfect story to me that makes it just not believable for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never the one to try to victim bash or whatever like that. But when you tell me that you was out and about at whatever time in the morning looking for a Subway sandwich, I'm gonna question that because it's Grubhub, it's Uber Eats. If I got Jussie Smollett money, I'm not leaving my house in Chicago weather after 11 o'clock. I'm just not.
But again, look, and look, we gotta play fair. Isn't that victim shaming, victim blaming, just like we did that girl? Like, isn't that kind of like on the same level? Like, you know, he had every right to go out for a sandwich.
Oh, he do. He do. I'm not. I'm not. If the man hungry, the man hungry. But let's like try to look at it from this point, because my thing when I started questioning was like the letter came out. They were saying that they had received the letter to the network like a week or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why we just not hearing about this? Like, why all of a sudden now we're hearing about the letter, then we're hearing about this situation, and then here comes Lee Daniels, which pissed me off with his little remarks about America is better than this. Where the fuck you been? America's been like this for like the past like 4 centuries. What you talking about? So it's like this to me is just lining up too perfectly. And then with them posting the pictures of him FaceTime and he in bed looking like he just really got his ass beat. Bro, I look like that when I got bad allergies from pollen. Like, what you talking about? Go to work and chill out and stop bullshitting with me and trying to come up with this elaborate stuff. Like, it almost sounds like, remember that story when that woman embellished about, she was saying somebody had, beat up and had cars like KKK in her and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. That's Tawana Brawley, yeah.
But that's right. That's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, please, God, do not let it be another story where he embellished something because maybe he's embarrassed about something else.
And that's what I said. And I said, I don't want to doubt the fact. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I don't want to doubt the fact that he was attacked for whatever reason, but at the same time, it's like the circumstances surrounding the attack is sketchy. You got to call it what it is. Like it doesn't add up. Bleach in the middle of the night, in negative 20-degree weather, like bleach would freeze as soon as it touched the air. So it's a liquid. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, and it's hard for me to believe. Like you said, no camera footage, no nothing. Like, and to me, it's just, I'm not saying that there has to be cameras, but I was expecting like maybe a building nearby, a business, or somebody had a camera to where we would catch like 2 figures or something. I just don't.
A car, a vehicle.
I just got to give me something.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to work with him. I'm trying not to be that person to go against him. But I'm like, bro, you got to give me something because you can't just pull out a story like this. And this is very detailed. When you come out with details like this, there has to be something where somebody slip up to just, for us to really notice it. I just find it hard to believe that 2 individuals have dodged every camera in Chicago leaving this scene. I can't believe that. Now, what it sounds like to me, if you really want me to find out, it sounds like some freaky shit that was going on, and it was a little date set up, and it was supposed to be some freaky shit going on. It got out of hand. Now, that's what it sounded like to me.
I mean, that's what everybody keep talking about. Maybe he was on an app. Maybe it was a jacked date or a grinder date or something that went wrong. Maybe he was supposed to meet them down at the subway, and something happened on his way back, or maybe he met him in the lobby or something. I don't know.
Maybe he was for a foot longer than one from Subway. You know what I'm saying? But do you, bro? I'm not judging.
Yeah.
But don't try to act like we having a 2:00 craving in the morning. It's for a Subway. Like, I ain't trying to get out my bed for no fucking so I go get a piece of fruit and go back to sleep. But that's me. I'm gonna let that go. I just want to get my 2 cents and just say I don't believe it. We need more people for this. That's all we'll say.
I agree. Well, thank you so much, Noir King. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I just feel like people are scared to touch it, because there's so many people out there, justice for Jussie. We feel for him, but I don't see nobody questioning the facts about the situation the way they question other facts about other situations. So.
Exactly. Okay.
Well, thank you.
More people. I know people on the line.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Noir.
All right.
Bye. Caller 6228, you are on the line.
Hey, Michelle. I love the backdrop, honey. That backdrop plays.
All right. Thank you. This is the fake New York, honey. I already know your name. I know you coming with some mess. Go on, girl. What you got?
Well, I just wanted to call in and offer a different perspective because there are a lot of queens, such as the last caller, who wish that they had an opportunity to be on a show as big as Empire. So I think that his view is a little distorted because, you know, he wants to be in Jussie's spot. But unfortunately, he's not. He's at home collecting EBT just like I am. But here's the thing. Even if Jussie Smollett, was going on a date at 2 a.m., I think that it would be okay. He just needs to come out. Here's the thing. I don't like when people do media stunts, which is what I believe this is. You know, you get on your FaceTime and you do all of these things showing your face. And one thing that I do agree with the last caller about is, you know, his face wasn't that beat up. And why would you still have the noose around your neck when the cops come? It sounded like he was getting strangled while getting hit from the back with some BL trade at 2 a.m. in the alley. Somebody got footage. And now he wants to come up with all these elaborate lies. I'm not feeling it.
Did he have any rope burns on his neck? We need to know details. Like, was it like if you had a like, and then like, was his clothes? Were there any bleach spots on his clothes? Like, and it, you know, if you outside, he had on a coat. Like were there like bleach icicles on his coat? Because I know the bleach froze when they were outside. They had to if they were outside. So like, we don't have specific. Did it even happen outside? Did it happen inside the friend's apartment building where he was? We don't know.
Girl, that's what I'm saying. I don't trust either one of them queens. I don't trust Lee Daniels or Jussie because Lee Daniels is, you know, he busting Jussie down. Okay. Lee Daniels ain't having all them queens on that show and he's not getting none of that butt. Okay.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But I just wanted to call in and just give my unbiased opinion and just tell you how beautiful you are, how amazing the show is. And
well, somebody has something to say to you if you don't mind hearing from him because he said he was insulted by something you said. Noir King, I see you're back.
So yeah, what's the problem, fam?
Excuse me?
What, bitch, you fucking heard me. What's the problem?
Wait, we not gonna, ain't nobody gonna be no bitches.
Never collected EBT for the
rest
of my fucking life. What the fuck you talking about? You got 3 checks.
I would never back down from a queen. Well, what I said was...
talking about all this fucking bullshit that you coming in here with this fake New York shit. You represent the bitch that's really on
Sweetie, I already crossed your Facebook page. I already crossed your Facebook page. You was online on Facebook
ain't nobody trying to sell fake ass New York ass.
You said you were trying to sell food stamps on Facebook. Did you not say that? Girl, I already clocked your Facebook page, honey. You can say all you want, but that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, go to Facebook. I ain't even on Facebook like that. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's not going to change the facts, my darling.
What the fuck? Okay, and tell me, what's my Facebook? What's my Facebook? Go ahead and tell me. What's my Facebook? What's my Facebook? I didn't ask you, what's my motherfucking Facebook, bitch? What you talking about? What's my name on Facebook?
I don't do interviews, bitch. So you know
what the fuck is on my name? You ain't answering shit though. You ain't answering shit though.
Noir. Let me be the voice of reason. Wait.
You know what? I can handle this, bitch. No, Michelle.
You ain't handling nothing but the fucking dick. Shut the fuck up. You ain't doing shit.
I can handle this, bitch.
You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. Shut the fuck up. You ain't doing fucking shit.
Okay, I gotta let both of you. I gotta let both of y'all go. I gotta let both of y'all go right now because I got other people on the line, and I want look. We gotta go. Caller 4344.
Honey. Hey, what's up, Michelle? What is the deal? What is the deal? God, it done got
Noir, you already know it's a troll, Noir. You already know the fake New York trolls me all the time. Just let it go. I told you to ignore her. Let it go. Just let it go. Okay, go ahead.
No. What's up, Michelle? What's the deal?
How are you? Who am I speaking with?
Man, you know this is Brian, the songwriting.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian. Can you bring it down a little bit?
It got serious, Michelle. It got serious, huh?
No, why we know you ain't on food stamps and on Section 8. Just let it down. We know. We talking about Jussie's lies right now, Noir. We talking about Jussie. We not talking about anything else. So, Brian, let's bring it back to Jussie right now. What do you think about Jussie's story? Do you believe it?
All I'm going to say is fix the world, Jesus. Fix it. Now, I do agree with the last caller, be it troll or not. I do agree with her. Now, it sounds like something kinky and freaky was going on. And I'm like you. If I didn't see nothing, if they didn't have no camera footage and shit like that, the proof is in the pudding. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if you don't have no camera footage or anything like that showing anything to go with what your story is claiming, then something don't sound right. Right. I smell a big old
lie. Let me stop.
To be real. Yeah.
I don't want him to be like I really like him. I really like him. But I don't, he seems like a sweet person and everything. I don't want him to be lying. But this story has so many holes in it that it's so hard to ignore. And so I just feel like people are casting a blind eye because he's so likable. As opposed to the other girl who I just talked about who got raped in the middle of the club and people saw it with their own 2 eyes, and people want to call her a slut, a hoe, and all of this, and don't believe it. So why is he so believable and there's no footage, but that girl is not believable and we saw it? Why?
Well, look, let me just say this right quick, and then I'm going to let you go, because I know the drama is going on, and I want to get back to looking at it in my own, but let me just say this. There is a double standard. Now, that girl had a camera on her, mm-hmm. and people questioned her. Mm-hmm. And I just was talking to my niece the other day. Black women are they are at the bottom, and that's messed up. I don't like how black women get treated. I hate that. I'm a gay man. And I tell you this every time I call in because I don't believe in all them gay rights. No, I do believe in human rights. Let me say this. Mm-hmm. But, I'm trying to figure out how to put it. You know what I'm saying? It is a double standard. The ABC, LGBTQ, MFG community think that if something happened to them, the world is supposed to stop. It don't work like that. Everybody is supposed to be created equally. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that black young lady had a camera fixated on her. You could tell something was wrong with her. Mm-hmm. Things were being done to her, allegedly. Let me just say that. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't see nothing of what this man talked about. Now, I'm going to tell you my opinion, allegedly. I think that man either it was a domestic dispute or something went wrong and he's trying to not get nobody arrested, or it's something you was meeting up with somebody and it was the kinky sex and something, I don't know, something just don't, listen, Michelle, if it don't smell right, it ain't gonna taste right. Mm-hmm. And if it don't taste right, it don't look right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say about that. I don't know nothing about it. The proof is in the pudding, whether it be banana, chocolate, whether, you know what I'm saying? I need to hear more. I need to find out some proof.
I agree
about this stuff. But
why do you think Why do you think Erykah Badu caught so much flack for saying that exact same thing?
Like, she's a black woman. She's a black woman. That's what I'm saying. Is I hate this. I hate that black women. And I'm just going to take out women in general. I'm going to specify black women. Black women are at the bottom of the ocean. Let's just put it like that. Deep past the core of the world, of the earth. They're at the bottom, and that's kind of, excuse my language, fucked up. It's fucked up. Mm-hmm. But you know what? We can change that.
Yeah.
We can change that. And we can change that. And I'm going to try to, speak up about that because I feel like just because he's a gay, every time I watch something on the news, gay empire star. Okay, why couldn't it be the fact that he was just attacked? Right. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like there's a double standard, and I'm a proud gay man. I'm not involved in anybody's community. I'm involved in my community. And I suggest people, if you're going to go out somewhere, carry you some steel on your side. Something don't smell right. I'm going to say it again. If it don't smell right, it ain't going to look right. If it don't look right, it damn sure ain't gonna taste right. You understand what I'm saying? And one more thing before I hang up, Michelle, because you know I'm the type of person that dips in and dip out.
Okay.
But let me just tell you this one more thing.
Yes.
First of all, they have people on EBT. Now, if I pay taxes and go to work and pay taxes, and I need to give me some goddamn food stamp that my tax dollars contribute to, what Kanye say? We love the ghetto EBT. Listen, I sure am if I need to. And I wouldn't give a damn what nobody say. I hate people that say that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little help.
Thank you. If you're born in America and you contribute to the tax system, shit. God damn it, if you need some goddamn food stamp, go get you some shit. Or what they want you to sit there and die and starve. I hate that. People need to grow up and stop being so just one sided. It's just retarded to me. But Michelle, please come back with this. Michelle, now listen, I've been doing this homework and I had to put my homework down because you know I'm a college student. Okay. I had to put it down, you know what I'm saying, to catch your lie. But let me tell you this right here. I've been waiting since Sunday night for this damn Housewives now. Please let me know. Please.
Okay. I'm going to schedule it because it's so much stuff going on and I don't want to schedule it and then not show up. You know what I'm saying? Because tonight I'm supposed to do Wind Down Wednesday, but it's going to be late because I got to go to the Universe Soul Circus and stuff and there's some more stuff. So,
yeah. Okay, but listen. You got your fan in your bar. You got your fan, and I'm drinking out of my ATL mug right now.
Yes.
Sitting right here. I had to put my list. I surely am. I sure am.
I appreciate you.
Well, let me holler at you, Michelle. And I love your channel, and you keep doing what you got to do. And to my people, we have to start respecting women, but more importantly, black women, okay? There's too much going on. There's too much incoherent type of shit going on in this world. There's too much extra shit.
But like I always say,
slow down.
There would be no black people if it wasn't for black women. So y'all get rid of us. Where y'all gonna be? Where y'all gonna be?
I'm trying to tell you, Michelle. All right, Michelle. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, bye.
Caller 5220. Thank you so much, BC. I appreciate you. BC, I don't know. You can't generalize and say all black gays hate black women, but there are some that feel the ways. I have to say that. But caller 5270, you're on the line.
Hi, Michelle. This is P. Marcel.
Hey, P. Marcel. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm calling from work, girl.
Okay.
But anyway.
Girl, don't get fired now.
Oh, bad. But look, I'm in my office, but I'm going to say this. I believe Jasmine. I believe that story, and I believe Jussie. Because what is his motive? Why? I mean, let's say it was a thing that went bad. Why would he call the police if he wasn't hurt?
Well, here's my problem with that is that he didn't call the police. He didn't want to file a report. His friend called 911 and said he had gotten beat up. And when police got there, he had to be kind of forced to file a report. He told them to turn off the body cameras. And, you know, he didn't want to go to the hospital. And they asked him, did he want an ambulance? He said no. He ended up taking himself to the hospital after that. So all of this is just now coming out in this new report because he came back to his friend's apartment and the friend called the police. So that's why I'm like, is he lying? I don't know. But I think there's a lot of holes in the story and maybe the story just got too big for him to reel back in if somebody else was telling it.
Yeah, because why was he out without security? Now, that's my question. Like, you went to Chicago. I'm from the Chicago area. I have security, and I'm a normal person, okay?
Right.
If I could have security, I would. So, yeah.
But see, I don't want to even put that on him because, again, that's kind of like victim blaming. You know, the same way we did Jasmine. Yeah. Why she didn't have no drawers on. It don't matter. None of that matters if he was attacked. So he could go out and get a sandwich at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. It don't matter. If you hungry, you hungry. You can go out in the middle of the night. It ain't no bigger chance of you getting, you know, beat up at 3 in the morning than 3 in the afternoon. If shit's going to happen, it's going to happen. But, you know, again, it's just the facts surrounding it that, you know, just got me looking sideways.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day, and don't be getting in trouble, girl.
All right.
All right, bye. Caller 6450, you are on the line.
How you doing, Michelle? It's your favorite security guard, Stephen T. Stewart.
Oh, okay. What's up, stranger?
You good.
What's up, stranger?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. What do you think about this situation?
This is how I feel about it. The other two callers that came in, that had the previous dialogue with you, the other young lady, whatever the fake New York accent, she need to be drugged up through some shit. Because I didn't like nothing she said. Other caller before, after her, I feel like he has self-hate for himself as well. This is my thing. Whether he was out 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, now let's say he was out 2 o'clock in the morning. And 9 times out of 2 o'clock in the morning, that's booty call hours. If he was, so what? If he was sitting around there eating a sandwich, to me, it don't even
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. But here's why it matters now. Because the story has taken on a life of its own. It has so many triggers, like I was saying. The MAGA situation. So people are already screaming racism because that symbol in itself has been tied to other racial incidents. The whole, you a black faggot, whatever. That's a whole gay situation. So homophobia is real. So it's triggered a lot of people. And so now people are like, this is a civil rights issue. It's a hate crime. So if it was just a booty call, you should have said it was a booty call. Now you got all these people amped up and trying to fight for you. And it might not even be that. So everybody's trying to make sense of the story before they evoke their anger. And I get it.
But this is my thing right here. When people always say, well, LGBTQ rights came before black people and it came before women's rights. I'm going to let everybody know something. For a person that's had to be involved with the law, with a situation where I was faced with being discriminated against, I'm black first. Before I am gay, I am black. So I want everybody to understand that white LGBT right comes before anybody's rights, not black gay rights. Because when I get put in jail, they're going to treat me like they're going to treat you. At the end of the day.
Well, you know that, but what my point in that whole situation is, most LGBT people fight for themselves. They fight for their community. When it comes to black women's rights, Black Lives Matter, all of that, they kind of hands off because they feel like, that's y'all's fight. Our fight is for gay rights, for trans rights, for these rights over here. We don't have nothing to do with the black rights. And I agree with you. When it all goes down at the end of the day, you are black first. But a lot of, LGBT people don't feel that way.
Well, I just felt like a lot of people's excuse when they call in to your show, and various other shows, they always make that comment. And I really want people to understand that black gay people get drugged all up through the yard with the police.
Mm-hmm.
They get killed.
Mm-hmm.
They get their lives taken because when a person first sees you, they see your color first and they treat you as such.
Mm-hmm.
And for the other young lady, this is my thing right here. For the young lady that got raped in the club, my thing is this: regardless of my bullshit or my antics or whatever the hell I may do, you know what I'm saying? I have been in a career for years where I dissect things and put them back together. I'm not saying she's not a victim because I don't want to be double standard. But I ain't never seen no drug in my life, and my father is a suffering drug addict more than 20 years. I done seen all types of drugs come up through my father in his whole living situation. I ain't never seen no drugs to keep nobody basically paralyzed.
Oh, you never had any
no drugs like that before.
You never had any dental work. You never had any dental work done. They give you this little pill and this gas that'll make you giggle and shit, and you don't remember half the shit that happened after you got your tooth pulled. You never. There's a lot of medications that will make you forget about all kind of things. And I'm not talking about street drugs. I'm talking about real pharmaceuticals. So, look up ketamine and rohypnol, and it's a whole lot of different drugs.
I know what ketamine and rohypnol is.
Well,
for one thing, you said I have had my teeth pulled too, but even when I was under, any type of narcotic when I had to be put to sleep, when I took mine, I could barely walk. But, it varies for different people. But I just feel like everybody is, trying to come down on him. And my thing is this: as many white people make up lies on black people every day, if there was a lie made up on them, self-serve goods.
Well, we'll all see what happens. I'm just hoping he's not lying. That's all I'm saying. I'm hoping it's not a lie.
I hope not, neither. I thank you for letting me call in. Right. That's all I had to say.
All right. Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Caller 9728, you are on the line.
Hey, Michelle. This is Sharice from New Mexico.
Hi, Sharice in New Mexico.
Okay, so I'm not saying he's lying. But what I am saying is that for whoever, I don't know if he was saying he was being stalked by these gentlemen, because for someone to specifically wait for him to possibly be hungry at 2 o'clock in the morning, to go outside and have all their materials on hand to do this attack on him at that time, yeah, that's really far-fetched.
Yeah, I mean, you know, especially all the things that came out later, that you know, the whole news situation, it was a clothesline straight out the pack. You know, the fact that he didn't want to file a report in the first place, that, you know, he took himself to the hospital. I just think that if it was a little white lie, it kind of just got bigger as time went on. And, you know, one lie has to cover another lie, has to cover another lie, has to cover another lie. And, you know, shit happens. And I don't even know that he was the one who told the lie, because it was the friend who called 911. Right. So maybe, you know, he just had to roll with the punches. And now he's just the poster child of, you know, what really happened. We don't know.
Well, what if the friend was actually his date? Like, what if the friend is somebody he's dating and he's out and got busted? And I mean, you can make up all kinds of scenarios that he lied to the friend and the friend called him on it and was like, okay, we go and tell the police. If you saying all this happened to you, and that's why I get behind is rolling up in here at 2 o'clock, and we gonna call the police. You walking around an hour later with a rope around your neck. What is going on? I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's lying. And I pray that if, you know, this happens to him, you know, that he gets all the help he needs. That's very traumatic. So if that happens, right. But I'm just saying it's a lot to put together, that these people who were stalking him waited for him to maybe get hungry and go to Subway at 2 o'clock and had a box of bleach and rope and Magna hats and ski masks just waiting in case that happened. That's the far-fetched thing to say.
Well, I mean, and even with that, let's give the benefit of the doubt and say that did happen. Why the police can't find no footage and they got a video of the whole street? You know what I'm saying? Like no cars, no people.
No.
They do, but they do have him. They do have him.
I'm sorry, Michelle.
I was just saying they do have footage of him on the street and in the subway, but they don't have footage of anybody else. So, I mean, I don't know.
And you would think you would notice people walking around with bleach and a cap and a ski mask. You would think that they would be quite noticeable even at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You would think.
But I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and again, I just feel like it's so many people who scared to ask some questions. Like, everybody just, you know, just gonna automatically believe the story as the story gets bigger. And then the fact that, you know, they're saying that it was 2 Caucasian men that yelled that, but then another, you know, it's like, but they had masks on. So how did you know if they were Caucasian or not? You know, so I don't know. And then they're saying that he never said that they were Caucasian.
Right.
So again, I just think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No. You go ahead.
No, I was just saying. You know, I feel like TMZ may have embellished it, and now he's kind of sticking with the story. I don't know.
Well, I think this whole, you know, they're doing. I believe now. Don't call me conspiracy theory. I do live in New Mexico, so you know, it's a whole different thing. But I believe that all this stuff is a psychological operation. I mean, because how many triggers do you have to have in one story? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Honestly, you know, you have a feminine gay man who was attacked by these big old white gorilla magna wearing, noose carrying, bleach
and masks. I mean, and masks. They had on gloves. They had on gloves, and they had a mask, so you couldn't see what color their hands were, and you couldn't see their face. So they were white.
I mean, Kanye wears a Magna hat. It could have been him, for all we know. I mean, what is going? We don't know who it was, if this even happened. So I'm just like, I just believe they just try to mess with our heads all around. Period. I don't know who they are, but I mean, if it happens to him again, I apologize to him if I am doubting his story and that really did happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying no.
But again, when I doubt it, in my mind, I'm like, I just covered the whole story of Jasmine ATLien. People drag me, men drag me, and they like, she didn't have on no draws. She this, she that. And we watched on camera this girl fall out. We watched it with our own 2 eyes. We saw him lick his fingers and do whatever. And we still question this situation. Did it actually happen? Now, here's a whole situation. This man has come forward, said he was attacked, said he had a noose over his neck and poured bleach on him and was beat up and he fought back and all of that. No footage exists. Police have combed the streets. We ain't seen nothing. Nobody, nothing. No witnesses, nothing. And we not questioning it. And so that's my thing. Like, why can we question one and not question the other? Let's question it all. Like, I mean, I would hope that it didn't happen. But all of these facts are looking like, it's just questionable.
Well, black women, I'm a black woman, so I get it. Black women, like they said, we are at the bottom. We're aggressive, so whatever we get, we're not the fragile flowers, and to be protected, we are aggressive. So even if the man was raping her, she asked for it because she didn't fight him back in the club, and she didn't do all this other mess. That is what the expectation is of black women, that we are to take care of ourselves at all times because we have no protector.
Mm-hmm.
We are not to be, I watch old movies all the time with white women faint and, just anything happen, they just fall out. And, everybody says, oh my God, what's going on with them? With black women, we squat, have kids in the cotton field and they expect us to keep working. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's just coming to a head.
And again, I'm not, I don't even want to question him being assaulted or not. I'm just saying that the facts surrounding the alleged assault is questionable, and whether he's telling the story or not, because we haven't heard any of this come out of his mouth. It's like the story keeps snowballing, and until we hear, what actually happened from him or somebody else, it's like everybody, is gonna have their doubts. So it is what it is.
But he's the one putting out the pictures at this point, isn't he? He's the one putting the pictures out of him in the hospital.
Well, Lee Daniels posted that and then deleted it because they were on FaceTime. As far as the situation with the 911 call, it was his friend who actually called 911 on his behalf. So he never even wanted to file a police report. So there's all of that. So, he didn't want to go to the hospital. He didn't want to file a police report, but he drove himself to the hospital after the police left. And then the police called him for a follow-up, because TMZ got this story and said that, they called him a nigga and it was that MAGA hat and all of the MAGA country statement. And so the police followed up and he was like, well, yeah, he did remember that. That's what, according to the police. So all of these things are coming like secondhand. So it's like, who initiated this story? Let's hear this 911 call. Let's hear all of that and see what's going on.
I agree, but thank you, Michelle. I don't want to hog you up, but I appreciate you taking my call.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm thinking like, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. Caller 5457, you are on the line.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Who am I speaking with?
This is Sexy Slim.
Hey, Sexy Slim, honey.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful.
Okay, I'm moving around. I'm getting in my car. I'm on my way to work. So I'm going to make this quick.
Okay.
I totally agree with you. I feel more questions should and need to be asked. Sounds like some of this story rings with some BS. You may cut off for just a minute and switch over to my car, so just give me a minute.
Okay.
Wait, I'm trying to, yep, you're connecting. Come on through. Okay, there is nothing open in the morning at 2 o'clock but legs, waffle.
Uh-oh. I think I lost you. Hello. All right.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I said there is nothing open in the morning at 2 o'clock for Waffle House, Jenny's, IHOP, and Legs.
Uh-huh. You're right. Well, no. I mean, again, That's blaming the victim. We don't want to be in a position where we blaming the victim.
No. I'm not trying to blame him. I'm just stating facts. Okay, at 20 degrees, 20 below, everybody got on face masks. Everybody is covering their face because who can stand to walk around in that degree weather without a face mask? So, to say they targeted him because it was him, that's BS, and I'm not victim blaming him on that. Nobody can be identified in that kind of weather if you realistically look at the situation. So I just think he was out doing whatever he was doing. The meet point was probably the subway. They didn't meet him at the subway, and on his way out, they probably jacked him up. Now, what happened during the jack up, I don't know. But that's just what seems like the story is to me.
Well, the police can't find any indication of any other person. So they got him walking on the street. They got him in the subway, but they don't have anything else. And so they're asking for, anybody who was in the area around that time to submit any, video coverage, footage, whatever, or, statements that they may have. They don't even have any cars on the cameras. They don't have nothing. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, with that being said, it sounds like more questions need to be asked.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what it sounds like to me. Because I am totally disgusted at how quick people were to judge Jasmine after what we saw.
With our own two eyes.
Take place in real time. But, people always say, not people always say, since the Travis Scott thing, where the dude got on the camera to, you have to ask yourself, is it okay to believe what you see? But in the Jasmine Elin situation, no. That was real time, nothing doctored, that was live. So how can you question that? I'm disgusted at how quick people are to defend predators.
I agree.
That's what I'm most disgusted about. Since the R. Kelly thing, remember I called in, we had the discussion, and I was saying I got daughters and granddaughters, and I didn't know what I was going to do to contribute to my shutdown.
Okay.
I thought about everything. I feel that, not to change the subject, but it is changing the subject.
That's okay.
The record companies had a lot to do with R. Kelly staying free. And so my protest is I don't listen to music no more because I helped the record company get rich that blinded the community for what this predator was doing, which wasn't right.
That's true, but
So now I don't listen to music, but this is just how I am protesting.
Yeah.
I ain't listening to none of that because all those artists that out there that made records with Jay-Z, they knew.
You mean R. Kelly?
And none of them now to this day have come forward.
You're right.
With any stories on what they know. A lot of them are silent, and I'm looking side-eye at Puffy because his baby mama was 16 when she had Justin, and he was what, 24? Is he a predator?
Look, we going off the deep end now, but I hear you. I hear you.
I know, and I didn't want to do that, but hey, you ain't been online, girl. You gotta stay on.
No, I'm coming. Look, I told y'all I'll be coming into my part-time job like every 90, and that's why I asked y'all to click the notification.
I know, but I need you now more so than ever. I done quit music, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back more often. I'm trying to do like more often, but yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about.
All right, but I love it when you do go real late night, like 2 in the morning, because then I could be able to call in because I be off work up.
Okay.
Up on the YouTube that I did at work.
Well, we might do a late night. Okay. All right.
All right, and enjoy the Super Bowl festivities so I can see it through your eyes. I'm way out here and it's cold as hell. I want to see my city. All right. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye.
Woo, let me see, this line getting long, honey. I'm taking a few more calls because I know y'all been waiting. Let me see who this is. Caller 0227.
Hey, what's good, Michelle?
Hi, who am I speaking with?
This is Deontay.
Hi, Deontay. What do you think about this situation?
Yeah, so I actually know a little bit about Jussie personally. Well, not me personally, but one of my dudes, like, he used to talk to him and shit. And,
Uh-oh.
you know, Jussie, you know, he always been like, hold on, what's that?
I would say, uh-oh, I'm ready. I'm listening.
I mean, yeah, so bro, Jussie, like, you know, like, he always been kind of promiscuous, you know, and like, he had stopped being friends with my one friend, like, shortly after he had got on the show, you know, because he started switching up and shit. But, you know, Jussie, you know, he used to be getting, I mean, this is allegedly, you know, I don't know this.
Okay, allegedly.
Certain, but, you know, my friend, you know, he ain't never, like, had to lie about nothing like that. But, you know, like, Jussie, you know, he used to be in hotel rooms getting slutted out. You know what I mean? Like, legs up in the air, you know, back arched, you know, like, all that shit, you know. So, I mean, again, you know, this something I heard, and, you know, I ain't seen it, you know, with my own two eyes. But, you know, and then, like, a year or two after Jussie got on Empire, like, he was still cool with my one friend, but like I said, eventually he started switching up and shit. But, you know, they talking about how, like, Lee Daniels, you know, he be, like, having sex with the cast and, like, just all this type of stuff, you know. So, I mean, I wouldn't really be surprised, like, if this is all, like, you know, like a media stunt. You know, because, bro, like...
But then you got the police involved, like, and the FBI might be involved. Now you got Reverend Al Sharpton trying to get involved, and you got all these people trying to protest. Like, it can't be a stunt at this point.
I mean, but the rating's low, though.
But
I know, but, like, the ratings on Empire, like, they kind of low. So,
you think this would raise ratings? Ain't nobody gonna watch Empire because of this? You think?
I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's gonna bring attention to, like, you know, like, the show, you know? But, I mean, this the thing, like, Jussie, like, you know what I mean? Like, I tell you, like, bro, like, then the hours where he be working, like, you know what I mean? Then the hours where he be throwing his booty hole, like, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know? So, bro, like, he was out there, like, you know, he went out there looking for no Subway. Like, Subway ain't even open at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I mean,
you know
they said that Subway was open.
Was trying to get his...
That Subway open 24 hours. They got pictures of him in the Subway. Now, they got pictures of him in the Subway, and they got pictures of him walking down the street, or video. But they can't find no video of anybody else around. So, like anything else, we don't know.
I'm talking about a different kind of sub. I'm talking about a whole different kind of sub. All right? That's what that bro wanted in his booty hole. But, you know, hey, you know, I just want to call in and get my opinion. Like, you know, like, this bro, like, you know, he's trying to act like he wholesome and, you know, he ain't, you know, like a thought. Like, bro, he a thought. Hey, hold on. Somebody want to say something real quick. Hold up.
Look, no, we're not going to do that.
This is New York.
I knew that. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was a troll. I knew it, but I always fall for it. Caller 8301. Who am I talking to?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
Shay. How are you?
Hey, Shay. Please bring us back to reality, because New York go troll the hell out of me, child.
I hear her. But, yeah, I just feel like when it comes to this whole situation with Jussie, I feel like, I don't want to say that he's lying. However, some of the stuff is a possibility that could happen, especially in the climate that we're in now. These Trump supporters they're very bold, emboldened, and they do all types of stuff that is very shocking to me, and shooting up people and just doing all types of stuff. So it wouldn't be far-fetched.
No, I don't think it would be. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it would be far-fetched. However, the way he used, and you hit this point earlier, but so I'm gonna reiterate it, is that all the trigger, points that he hit, right, and just one little like, in the whole scenario, you talk about the, being homophobic, using racist slurs, a noose around your neck, MAGA, like all these things. Mm-hmm. It just seems
the
like
bleach.
you're playing that game. The bleach. So it's kind of like, if you're black in America, one thing you have learned from white people, and if you haven't learned it, you need to learn it. If you have not learned in America as a black person to get your point across and to become a victim more so than the victimizer, you learn key words, trigger words to use. I feel unsafe. You're harassing me. Hostile environment. You understand those things. So to me, when I hear all of that in his story, it seems like he used all the trigger words, so you wouldn't feel comfortable with questioning him. Mm-hmm. Also, he is a gay male, mm-hmm. and so he has the LGBTQ mafia behind him, mm-hmm. and everybody is so very afraid to question anything. So when you ask the question, why, did they treat Jasmine this way, versus Jussie? Well, one, Jussie is a part of that LGBTQ community, and people just are very, very scared when it comes to them. They claim that, hey, we're just sticking up for each other, but to me, they are a mafia and they are a gang. They do force ideology on people when that's not fair. You should still have the right to say, listen, I don't agree with your lifestyle in the bed, okay? I'm not going to disrespect you because maybe you have a different partner, your partner looks like you. I'm not going to disrespect you or hit you or wish you did or anything like that. But I think I do have the right to say, no, I don't want to see two men or two women. I think we should be able to have that right. But they force it on you. And when you say, no, you don't want that, they say, oh, you're homophobic. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Erykah Badu, when she spoke up about it, I'm waiting for them to say that she's homophobic because we're not allowed to say anything contrary or anything against them all because they're gay. That's not fair. Gay people they're human. They are human. Whether you or agree with their sexuality or not, they are humans. They're creative. There's nice ones. There's mean ones. There's racist ones. There's whatever. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like they have to allow people to have their own opinion. Mm-hmm. And when you're a black woman, especially when you are a black woman and you speak up, and it just so happens to be against a homosexual, they'll try to make it seem like this black woman
versus
yes, and that's not fair because it's like it's always one-sided with us. We're not allowed to call them faggots. We're not allowed to call them queers, all those things. But as soon as a gay guy gets mad at us, I swear, how many bitches and they go so hard. So I'm so confused. I get so confused with that because the LGBTQ community, I think they should stick together and I think they should fight for each other. I just don't think they shouldn't try to force feed you and your children. Mm-hmm. You should still have your rights, but stick up for each other. But at the same time, if you want that respect, you cannot
disrespect another group. Yeah.
You can't do that. And then turn around and say, well, she called me a faggot. Well, you calling me bitches and hoes and all this stuff. I feel like as a woman and as a proud woman and as a mother, don't call me no bitch. And especially if you are a man, mm-hmm. I don't care if you're a gay man. I don't care. Don't call me no bitch. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel really disrespected about that. So anyway, back to Jussie and Jasmine. I just feel like, when it comes to the questioning between the two, is that you have a black woman who's not seen to be valuable in America, and then you have the LGBTQ community who values the white one first. The caller said that he's absolutely right. Who values the white ones first, and then lastly the black ones. However, when they are in situations like this, they will gather around each other as much as possible to make sure that nobody speaks out against them.
Yes.
And I feel like they lie too.
Yeah. And that's what, and I already feel it coming. That's what's going to happen in this situation. You know, Lee Daniels and I already spoke up. You know, it's a whole community gonna be like, you know, it wasn't his fault. You know, you know, after whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what happened inside, outside, or whatever, or who told the story, or how it got misconstrued, or whatever. But it's gonna be a rally to, you know, still be like, well, he was still assaulted, and let's give him, you know, the benefit of the doubt. And that's why, you know, I'm like, that's wrong when you don't give other women the benefit of the doubt, and you see things happening to them. So
exactly, it's like, come on, give us, you know, if you want the support your way, you have to give the support back the other. Let's face it, in the Black community, there are a lot of gay males, but the gay males, I want them to never forget, no matter, you know, what type of confrontation they come up against with Black women. Understand that, especially if you're a feminine gay man, understand that you're learning pretty much everything from us. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. And just like if you were my daughter. So when you growing up around your mother or all your sisters or whatever, and these gay men who are feminine, the way that they're acting, 9 times out of 10, trust me, it's somebody or several women in their family that they are acting like.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I need for them to, yes, make sure, right? You pay homage to the very vaginas that you came out of. You know them little stinky ones, those little stinky vaginas when y'all get mad at them? The
ones that smell like fish, that they keep referencing, they call each other fish when they want to be womanly. Yeah.
That's what you came out of. That's what you came. You came out of a fish. A stinky one when you get mad. When you get mad. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so this for me, I feel like, I don't know if the story's wrong. Yes, that could have happened to him because it's things is going down. People, you know, Trump has, unleashed the dragon.
Oh, definitely,
okay?
Definitely.
Yeah. So if he isn't lying, I hope he's all right. And to the Black people and the LGBT and the Black women, to be honest with you, we both, I think we love each other. But we just have to learn how to, I don't want to say but because that means that I took everything away. We love each other. We just have to make sure that we respect each other.
Right.
Okay? I can't be a bitch. Then if you can't be a faggot, then I can't be a bitch or a hoe.
Right. Period. Right. And that's the point I've been trying to say for months now. But yes, thank you so much, caller. I appreciate it. You hit all the points. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're very welcome. Have a good day.
All right, you do the same. I'm going to take these last 2 calls and I'm going to call it a day. I got to get ready to go. Caller 2513. I know you've been holding a while. Thank you so much. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Lisa from Missouri.
Hi, Lisa. What do you think about this situation?
Oh, man, I've been a while. I wish I could just chime in on a whole lot of people, what they're saying. And, some people saying some fuck shit, but with Jussie, it's a possibility it happens out because of the fact that, I've seen Jussie go live, and I just know that he likes,
hello?
I know that he likes, I'm here.
Okay.
I know that he likes to go out to little restaurants. Like he goes to I can't think of the name of it, but he goes out to those little small restaurants like that and eat. And I've seen him go live and be with his friends. But even though it was in the daytime, and he might also be living a nightlife.
But that's a moot point. That doesn't matter. Like, none of that matters. Where he was going, when, it was 2 a.m. None of that matters. Same thing what we were saying.
I just going by what I'm listening to a lot of callers saying.
Oh, okay.
On a booty call and all that old shit. I was just listening to some of those people saying those things.
Okay.
It's a possibility that he did go. And I know they said they don't have no footage, but, okay, since it started, could it be that they're not going to show you the footage right now? Because,
why would they? Well, the thing is, nobody even talking about them showing the footage. They say they don't have any. They don't have any. They've scoured hours through hours of footage. They say they have footage of him walking, and they say they have footage of him in the subway. They didn't have to show that to say they had it.
So could they be not lying or not giving us?
So you think the police gonna lie? It's public
I
record.
mean, even if they had some footage, okay, I'm just going hypothetical now, but even if they had the footage, you know, people gonna spin this shit out of proportion anyway. I mean, prime example was Rodney King. Footage don't mean anything when it comes to public opinion. You know, people gonna still just roll out of it. If that happened to that man the way he said it happened to him, you know, that's an outrage. You know, and these white people roll around with their mask in their trunk, they roast in their trunk.
But if they have a mask on, how you know they white?
Because you could see around the eyes of a mask. Come on.
They could have been light-skinned black man. You can see around the eyes, but how you know they white? If you can't see their hands, you can't see their face, how do you know they're white?
I ain't going with that. I think you know a white man from a black man. And maybe they had, okay, it was a light-skinned, green-eyed, blue-eyed white man. You know a white man. And maybe it was the way that they spoke. You know, I don't know. But the point of it is, did he give a statement?
He hasn't. His friend called, and I'm repeating this over again. It was his friend who called 911 when he arrived, I guess, beat up. Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. So, I get that part. Right. So he haven't gave this statement. Maybe he's working with the police. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know, so we need to wait and stop saying, you know, people saying all this fuck shit about that man. That just possibly could happen, and it's some serious shit. That girl, the other girl, what's the girl name that you put on?
Jasmine Elin.
Jasmine. Okay, I didn't see your full report on her, but I've been hearing a little bit about her,
and
it takes me back. I thought it was weird, but hey, you know, young people do what they want to do, to walk around in the bar all day with a cell phone. Maybe it was a good thing that she did that. Okay, I didn't see it, but I think she took the drug and she fell out, right? Fall out. So
you willing to believe the story that there's footage out there? You really not to believe that there's footage out of this girl, but for Jussie, you like, okay, gung ho, it happened.
No, I believe the girl because it happened. It happened to me, and it happened to me in a gay bar. I was in a gay bar once and partying, whatever, and so I'm sitting. It was this one guy and two girls, right? Two girls, a black girl and a white guy, and they kept flirting with me. I had my beer on side. I was sitting on a big speaker. I had my beer on side of me, and they kept touching my side. You know what I'm saying? Well, they ended up putting something in my, you know, they was flirting. Now, every time I turn around, they flirting and winking and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And so they ended up putting a something in my drink. And I'm the type of person, if something don't agree in my body is trained to throw it up. But anyway, I ended up drinking it, and I fell out. You know, I fell out in the middle of the dance floor. They drugged me out, and I went outside, and I threw that shit up. But I knew what happened to me. So I believe her. I believe her.
Okay.
So I definitely believe her because it happened. But so in the same way with Jussie, shit happens.
No, I'm not saying it couldn't have happened. I'm not saying that he wasn't assaulted. I'm not saying that, you know, we should not be, you know, just outraged that, you know, he can't live his life freely without the chance of somebody jumping on him. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is that according to all the facts that we've been given, the story just doesn't add up. You know, and everybody's whispering about it. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody want to know, you know, well, why this, why that, and why he didn't do this, and why he didn't do that, and why the friend called and he didn't, and why did he still have a rope around his neck or the clothesline or whatever it was at, you know, 40 minutes after it happened. Why? And all I'm saying is, if you're going to question other situations, why not question this too? That's all.
I hear you, Michelle, but it's a shame when victims always get shamed, you know, into stuff, and because don't nobody know what the hell they gonna do till it happens to them. That's all I'm saying. You sometimes you be in a state of shock, and when you in shock, you do some shit that just ain't normal. I've been robbed before that. I did some shit that, you just being shocked. So people, get their opinion. They sit on the sideline and be like, oh, well, I think I would do it like that. They don't know what the hell they would do. Some people retaliate. Some people do different shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just hoping that Jussie would be all right and people stop victim shaming. And I hope it's not a lie. And, fuck the police too in Chicago.
The police. Well, all right. Well, thank you so much for your input. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Sheila.
All right. Bye-bye. Final call. Last call for alcohol. Caller 7850. You're on the line.
Hey, Michelle. It's Robert from Twitter.
Oh, Robert. How are you the last person out? You be timing this, don't you?
I do, but I called in like 32 minutes ago, and I just have to say this. You and I, you know how much I care about you. My only issue is that I believed Jasmine Eland, and I also believed Jussie.
Okay.
Why? Because I'm just not in the position to dispute a victim unless there is empirical evidence that, says they are lying.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't want to talk about Jasmine Eland because to me it feels like there is some sort of oppression Olympics going on where it's like, okay, well, y'all didn't believe her, so we're not going to believe him.
No. I don't want to say that. No. Let me clear that up right now. What I was saying in general was if you're going to be skeptical about something that you saw in black and white and you saw it, why not be skeptical about, we don't see nothing. The police have said there's no footage. Just think about it. Like, there's some things to question. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say it wasn't believable by any stretch.
Absolutely. And I 1,000% agree with you. There are things to question, but when you're questioning something, you also don't have to be accusatory. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the callers because I've been on the phone for 32 minutes and not even including, the fake New York call. I've heard a whole lot of why was he out there? Was he looking for a hookup? Was he doing something nefarious? And my thing is, at the end of the day, I just have two examples for you. One, do you remember Caesar Sayoc, the Indian Hispanic man, Native American Hispanic man who sent pipe bombs to Democratic officials in October? Remember, we were expecting that they were saying that was a false flag and it didn't happen, yet he is now in jail waiting, waiting for his turn in court because the FBI caught him sending pipe bombs to, remember, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, and all those others. So he wasn't a white man, and we thought that, how many Fox News did 3 days of, Democrats are sending fake bombs to themselves. And so even though you might have questions, it's okay to ask them, just don't be accusatory. And one thing you said that kind of even though you weren't saying it, you were mentioning it as a question. You said, well, why did he have the thing around his neck? I know I don't remember it, and I know you don't either. But did you know that Jackie Kennedy actually wore the suit with her husband's blood for 8 hours after he was murdered?
No.
You know what I mean? And that was part of an active crime scene investigation, right? So why are we not saying, well, why did he take the clothes off in the hospital?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. What about the bleach situation? And there's no spots on the clothes, and then it was negative, however many, dang near negative 20 degrees, and the bleach didn't freeze in the air.
Because I actually lived in Chicago, and I was one of those stupid people who decided that I was hungry, and I don't know in 2012 if there was a Postmates or Uber Eats or DoorDash, but I braved the snow to go out to get something to eat at, 12, 1 o'clock because Chicago is sort of like a mini New York. A lot of things open 24 hours. That subway station was open 24 hours. There are times where, even though we're in the winter vortex, the mailman, the postal service is not running. A lot of these delivery services are not running. So is he supposed to starve because people don't think he should be out at night at 2 o'clock in the morning going to get food? And I'm not saying that there's nothing nefarious going on. I'm just saying that to me, and because I respect you, I'm not including you in this, but to me, it feels like because he is a homosexual black man who is a celebrity, people are thinking, oh, well, was he out there going to look for a hookup? My thing is, even if he was hypothetically, that doesn't mean that he was still ambushed and assaulted, right?
Okay.
Like, both could be, you know, it's not a zero-sum game. He could have potentially been cheating on his boyfriend for a hookup and then been assaulted and ambushed, right? Does that negate the fact that he was assaulted and ambushed?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But all I'm saying is, whether the story is true or false, you know, okay, he was assaulted and our hearts go out to him. But because there are so many triggers involved in the story, I think the story has taken a life of its own. And there's so many other people involved in the story that I'm just like, I just hope it's all true and things just add up. Because now that they got Reverend Al out there and, you know, Lee Daniels making all these comments and, you know, then they're talking about, you know, President Trump should say something. It's like, it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so it's like, because it's getting so big, I'm just hoping that, you know, everything that's been said is factual. That's all. Oh, for his sake, because I like him.
And one more thing I will say. You mentioned why there is no camera footage. Well, New York City and Chicago is not like London, England. Like, you cannot set foot in London, England without having CCTV footage capture your every move. There are blind spots in New York City and Chicago. Like, everybody does know that, right? Like, there is not a camera on every street corner, especially if you're in certain neighborhoods, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, Robert.
Like, if you're in Hyde Park, you know, where that's the black area, not including the University of Chicago, then, yeah, I would be like, okay, it would have been caught on camera. But if you're in, like, you know, the Loop or wherever, like, I lived in Chicago in 2012, so that feels like a lifetime ago. So I don't remember all the areas. But I do remember specifically feeling like, okay, this isn't as heavily patrolled as, quote-unquote, the black and Mexican areas. So maybe that explains why there is a, you know, a blind spot. Same thing, like, let's mention Walmart. If you go to a Walmart in, quote-unquote, the ghetto, they will have from sea to shining sea camera footage in the parking lot. Go to it in a white area, and it's like, oh, well, we don't have cameras in the parking lot. Well, why not?
You're right.
You know what I mean?
So
these things happen, and I just don't want it to be like, I feel like, you know, people have sort of gone into their corners and decided to do battle instead of, and then here I am in the middle, like, I believe Jasmine, I believe Jussie, somebody come keep me company. You know? That's all I had to say.
Oh, thank you so much, Robert, for always being the voice of reason. Again, I feel like they're both stories. You know, they just need to be, you know, looked at. Because I feel like there's a lot of internet detectives out there. Everybody going to form their own opinions. But at the end of the day, Erykah Badu, thank you, Robert. Are you still on the phone? Erykah Badu was correct.
I'm still on the phone, and I just want to say one more thing about Jasmine Elan. When I've shut so many people down because they were like, well, did you know she was on the internet doing this? And I would say, excuse my language, I don't give a fuck. What she was doing on the internet at home in Georgia has nothing to do with the fact pattern that she was in a club and was sexually assaulted. If you don't want to talk about that, then let's not talk about it at all. Because too many times people think, okay, well, she was mad with her husband. Okay, well, what does A have to do with the fact that the man who sexually assaulted her didn't know she was mad at her husband? You know what I mean? So how is that important? Why is that relevant?
Right.
But yeah, thank you for your thank you for letting me call in and have my say in.
Thank you.
I'm passionate about this because, you know, I've literally lost a friend about Jasmine Elan on Facebook because I'm like, no, we ain't about to do this. So
Lord. Well, thank you, Robert. As always, I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, you guys, I'm closing up the phone lines for now. As you know, we talked about the situation. I told you about all of the facts that have come forward, the additional facts that have come forward regarding Jussie Smollett. If you haven't read it, I keep putting it up. There are so many different details that police have released about the rope, about, you know, who called 911, you know, where he was and when, how many hours of footage that they've looked at since then. It's just a whole lot. There's just a whole lot. So, I mean, if you haven't, rewind the video, because I'm not going to repeat it all, but we've been talking about it for an hour and 30 minutes. You know, my heart goes out to Jussie Smollett. I hope and pray that he recovers swiftly and is back on set with Empire. I hope and pray that, you know, he is telling the truth, or his friend is telling you, or whoever is speaking on his behalf, because again, you know, people keep dissecting the story and it's getting a little, it's looking a little sketchy when the police release stuff and say they can't find stuff. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, you guys, y'all know I appreciate you. I will see you a little later, hopefully, God willing. I'm headed out. The Universe Soul Circus is in town. Don't ask me why I'm going, but I just love to support the black people and what they do. Y'all better go support the black circus. The Universe Soul Circus. Today is opening day. So yeah, shout out to Carmen Lovelace. I'll be there, honey. I'll be there, if only for an hour, honey. If only for an hour. But yes, Wind Down Wednesday will be tonight. It'll just be a little later than normal. Normally I try to go on at 8, but I'm going to say 11. I don't know when I get home. So set your notification bells. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you didn't, click the dislike button. Click the thumbs down. Click the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. All of that jazz. Thank you so much. And visit straightfromtheA.com. It's a whole lot of stories on there. Meanwhile, I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. Thank you, Noir King, for, you know, dealing with the trolls, honey. Thank you. Thank you, Robert, for always being, you know, the voice of reason. Whew. I'm out.